Hey, what is up, fellow Raiders? This is Vulcan Dan, and today we are going to make a tier list for the legendary fusions of 2021 for Raid Shadow Legends because, of course, we're expecting the new Christmas fusion to come very soon, Tatura, Rhymehide. So, in celebration of that one, we are ranking each of these legendary fusions from the past year. All right, so tier list. Some people love them, some people really hate them. If you clicked on this video, that probably means that you love tier lists. If you hate tier lists, I have no idea why you clicked on this video. But anyway, let's get started. First, we have Iron Braugo, which was the first fusion of 2021. I would really like to say that he's probably an A tier. Yeah, I do see him in a lot of arena teams, clan boss teams, especially those clan boss teams that don't rely on unkillable teams, but really on allied protection, increased defense. He does have that nice passive that grants everyone in the team with 10% of his own defense, which of course enables those clan boss teams that go way beyond turn 50. Yeah, and of course he does have a great kit as well. Next one we have Astrolon. Astronaut, I would also put him in A tier. He does have that nice AoE stun that is very useful in arena, and he also hits very hard as well. He also has a chance to revive on his A3 if he kills an enemy. So yeah, I do think he belongs in an A tier, very useful champion. Next one we have Yoshi the Drunkard from the Shadowkin. Yeah, so this was when they introduced Shadowkin. I don't think he's an A tier. He is quite useful, especially for Faction War. So I'll probably put him in the B tier. He has a nice A3 that increases attack and accuracy for your entire team, plus puts a true fear on the enemy team. So both buffs and debuffs on the same skill reminds me of other cool legendaries like Mashalid. So yeah, so Yoshi definitely will be very useful for Faction Wars. So that's why I put him there. And everyone will probably put them in their own Faction Wars team when Shadowkin Faction Wars will come. I think it will come in mid-January, so very soon, yeah. Next one, Under Priest Brogni. Of course, I think this guy is in S tier. Very great. He's really a great champion. Really makes those clan boss teams that I talked about that would go beyond turn 50. Under Priest Brogni really makes that work with his passive, wherein he will reflect damage and then he will also heal your own champions if he has shields. So yeah, so really works well for those highly defensive teams. So that's why I put him in the S tier. Next one we have Ruelle. Wherein of course we're introduced to Hex champions. Not really used much, but he does hit very hard, especially if you pair him with someone that will place AoE Hex. He does do it on his A3. Plus, he will increase his turn meter by 50%, and then his A2 is the really hard-hitting Hex. He does need some form of setup for that to work, but if you do manage to pull that off, he does hit really hard. So I would put Ruelle in B tier. Not as crazy as Iron Braugo or Astrolon, but still quite good. All right, next we have Herndig. Herndig, I think I will put him in S tier. So we have two dwarves in the S tier with Brogni and Herndig. He has a really nice A2, AoE decrease defense and decrease accuracy on a 3-turn cooldown. Really great for a lot of places like the arena, Doom Tower, even for Hydra. And yeah, his A3 is a single target, full turn meter depletion, plus chance to place weaken on the entire team as well. So both decrease defense, decrease accuracy, weaken, and turn meter reduction. Really cool champion right there. And I really like his design. One of the cooler looking dwarves. All right, next we have Versov, the HP-based champion. We don't get a lot of HP-based champions, so I was really happy to get one. Torn between A and B tier, he is quite good. He does have that large HP aura in all battles by 33%, so that's quite good. He does hit hard with his A2. It's an AoE hit with a chance for an extra hit if the enemy is under any of the CC debuffs, stun, provoke. I think I'm not sure. Yeah, I could probably place him in A tier, simply because he's an HP based champion. So you can build him very tanky, but he also hits quite hard. So yeah, I think he's justified for A tier. Plus, he has that really nice aura as well. All right, next we have Mother Cybele. I remember when she was first introduced as a fusion champion, not a lot of people liked her. Uh, she found some use with the Hydra clan boss with Inquisitor Shamel because of her AoE A1 with decreased speed and a turn meter increase. But that's really her only use as far as I can see, or as far as I remember right now. So I would have to put her in the D tier because other than that one specific strat, which will be obsolete in less than a week, because of course when they changed that deterrence mastery to have that one turn cooldown, so I think she will not be as effective as this when the first when the Hydra clan boss was first launched. So yeah, I'm gonna have to place her in D tier. But yeah, all right. So next we have Rorik Wormbane, pretty cool champion. Kind of looks like the guy from Game of Thrones. He does have all of his skills, A1, A2, and A3 are all single target. His A3 is the one that has a chance to counterattack, or will be used to counterattack instead of his A1, and ignores 50% of the target's defense. So that's quite cool for boss fights, especially if you bring an ally counterattack champion. And his A2 has a chance to stun all of the has a chance for an AoE stun. So that's quite good as well. But since all of his skills are single target, I can't put him in the same tier as Yoshi and Ruelle. Of course, Ruelle hits very, very hard. Yoshi is very useful in Faction Wars. I think Rorik, as far as I can see, he's quite useful in Spider, especially for early to mid game Spider, but can really help basically those early to mid game accounts. But when you get to end game or the late game, he drops off quite significantly. So I'll have to put him in C tier because of that. He's not a bad champion. He's very good for early to mid game players, but I don't see a use for him for those late game players. Next, we have Sigmund, the High Shield. So this guy, again, similar to Rorik, I think he's mainly good for early to mid game. He does bring that shield, strengthen, has an AoE provoke and decrease attack as well. So because of that, I'll have to put him in the B tier, similar to Yoshi. Very useful for progression, will help keep your entire team alive. So if you're an early game or mid game player and you manage to fuse Sigmund, you're probably going to use him in every single one of your teams, from dungeons, from the Doom Tower, maybe even arena because of that AoE provoke. Yeah, so I think he's justified to be in B tier. Not as good as these champs, but definitely quite solid. All right, so lastly, we have Vlad the Nightborn. I still remember when he was first introduced in the game. I think he received a lot of hate from the community, including myself. He does have an AoE for his A2 that places Leech. Leech is not the sexiest debuff for an A2. I think people are looking for decreased attack, decreased defense, weaken. And he has a single target A3, which can be good, but I think the A3 was not nearly as good as his A2 or other single target A3s in the game. So he received a lot of hate for that. But we learned that his A2 actually hits quite hard, and if used in the correct situation in the arena against High Elves, Sacred Order, or Banner Lords, he will steal 50% of their turn meter, and of course he has the chance to immediately get another turn. Plus, removing the turn meter of the enemies. So of course that will give your other champions that a chance to go first. So I think if he's used in the correct situation in the arena, he can actually be quite the game changer. So because of that, I can actually put him in a lower A tier. But this is assuming that you know how to use him, that you use him for the against the correct champion. So it's not a champion that you can use against just any team, but when used against the right teams, he can be absolutely devastating. All right, so this is my rankings for the legendary fusions of 2021. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Put it down in the comment section down below. Who would you like to move up or move down? Or do you completely agree with my ranking right here? And let me know if you like more of these videos, because I will continue to make a tier lists if my viewers want me to do more of these. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.